All right, Haiden Deegan, first Supercross win. We know coming in you maybe weren't 100% before it, so is it surprising that it worked out this well this quickly?
Yeah, definitely. To be up to speed and have the endurance to win a Supercross, or I mean, obviously you hate to see what happens to Austin. It's sad, man. You wanted to have a good battle through the season, and just shows you how dangerous this sport is. It's ruthless, and but yeah, definitely.
Take me through the main event a little bit, because Austin kind of got away. You started reeling him back in. It looked like you made a run. Then he started getting away a little bit. Just, you know, kind of take me through that battle a little bit.
Yeah, I could see. I looked on the clock about 10 minutes ago. We were dropping third, and I seen Austin slowly start making mistakes. And in my head, mentally, I was like, okay, he might be getting a little fatigued. He might get a little tired. So I was like, I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to do my perfect laps. And I seen 5 minutes to go on the clock, I think roughly 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put a charge on. Like, now I got to fight. We're almost to the end of this race. And unfortunately, he had the incident. And yeah, I mean, I was ready to get to a battle. I was going to have some fun out there. My fitness is surprisingly, honestly, pretty good. I think it's honestly how healthy I eat. You know, my parents have raised me eating really healthy. So, yeah, had good fitness out there, and I mean, obviously, and freaking me and my boys go do little 10-mile runs. We got that endurance in us, but yeah, just it was good to get my first win, and now we just got to do it. It'd be nice to have a straight-up battle towards the end. I'm not sure what is wrong with Austin exactly, but we'll see soon. But yeah, I'm down to have some battles at the end.
Man, chaos. It looked so in control until it wasn't. Just take me through what happened from your perspective in the crash.
Yeah, no, I was feeling great, and just kind of was going through the laps and just ended up relaxing. It just kind of got sent right on that one into the tough blocks, and it went bad. Almost got it back to being good with being right behind Cooper, and then I'm going bad again with crash and hitting Vince. So things to learn from this one, ups and downs, but thankfully the starts are back to what they are again with getting good starts, and hopefully we can continue them on to Daytona. But no, gotta go back, watch some footage, learn from what I needed, see what I need to learn on, and then hopefully try and come back to Daytona and not make those mistakes again.
When we watched your crash, I think a lot of us were like, could have been really bad, and fortunately it wasn't. Did you feel that way about it too, or?
Yeah, when you jump in those tough blocks, it's always scary because you don't know what you're gonna get really. So it's scary, but thankfully I was on the luckier side tonight, and I was able to land on my feet.
Now that you're kind of into the middle point of a 450 season, this is normally when 250 Supercross would be almost ending. How do you actually feel like physically through the year so far?
I feel pretty good so far. I'm excited. It's I feel like it's an exciting learning curve right now for me, because I feel like there are a lot more experienced people really shine now. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was good. Felt like I was behind Aaron Plessinger for like 55 laps. It's what it honestly felt like. But it was cool. It was cool to be up there racing in that conversation and just, you know, learning and getting going and stuff like that. A few mistakes. I know what I need to clean up, know what I need to work on. See where I was good, where I felt more comfortable, where I felt uncomfortable. It was a good night. A lot of positive to take from it. And yeah, all good.
Having seen where you were in Glendale, what were you telling yourself early in that main event? You're third, you got AP behind you, but you see kind of the gaps and where everyone's at. Like, how are you talking yourself through that?
I wouldn't say I really talked myself through it. You know, it's more just instinct at that point, man. Just instinct, and I'm just focused on myself. You know, I can't control what anyone else on the track's doing. Dude, I'm just focusing on myself and trying to hit my marks and do the best and push like a bull in the first 10 minutes. Just get going, because like the first few some of the races I was like slow in the beginning, and then I kind of get going, so I'm just like pushing like crazy to try and go, and then, you know, a few mistakes come from that, but we're going to get better at it. So yeah, can't complain. Just keep learning, keep dig the heels in, get back to work, and yeah, should be good next week in Daytona.
Yeah, start was pretty good. I think I was like third. Came around there, then the first couple laps played out. I was pretty solid at the beginning. Made a few mistakes probably like after lap 5, and really like struggled in the middle there. Tom and Cameron got around me, and then I was just kind of like riding by myself for a little bit. Kind of got back into a flow at the end there, though. I saw I was catching Tom a little bit. Tried to make a push for the podium spot, but just came up a little bit short, but I felt like overall there were some positives to take away. Obviously better than Detroit. It was kind of funny how all the results fell. Like it was like flip-flopped.
Yeah.
It was kind of crazy, but yeah, it was good solid night for us, and like I said, something to build off of. But yeah.
Looking back to the middle point of that race, is there anything you can kind of pinpoint that just felt a little off with you, I guess?
I haven't really dug into it too deep yet. I mean, obviously this week we'll watch video and stuff like that. I did struggle. I remember to get the rhythm after the sand in those couple laps. Yeah. And that just it's hard to keep your flow when you miss that rhythm, because then I was double into the next or through that rhythm. So I think that was kind of a key point, just to get the rhythms clean. Yeah. It wasn't about necessarily all the speed. It's just being consistent throughout the whole main event, doing the obstacles and just being smooth.
We just needed to start up with the guys. Yeah. I mean, dude, I took a gamble on the gate position. I was pretty far inside. My rut wasn't ideal, but I thought I could somehow finesse a good start out of it, and I just got pinched off too early. So that was a bummer, but yeah, that came from the heat race mistake. I didn't have a good gate pick, and it kind of dominoed on the night, which is a bummer. Yeah. But the speed was there. I mean, qualifying went great. Heat race was looking at a win, I would say. But overall, I mean, yeah, we just have a few things to clean up. Just some starts and that first 5 laps of intensity, and we'll be all right. Yeah,
the speed was there all day. It seemed like even qualifying you looked a little bit kind of froggier today. Was there anything that you can pinpoint that just, I guess, the brake maybe worked on, or today that worked better for you?
Yeah, we put a lot of work in on the brake. Yeah, we were doing long days, and we made some improvements on the bike too, so that helped. But yeah, we built 3 weeks into this weekend, and then we got to this weekend and the track was completely different from the California track. Yeah. So we almost had to go back to the Detroit setting, but overall, I mean, we learned a lot today. Another day of growing, so it's it's not all bad. We're second in points, so we're in it.
Main event went overall pretty solid for me. I just focused on hitting my own marks and doing my own laps, and my start was okay. Hymus had the gate that I wanted, and I was like, dang it, because I had a whoop section come out of my gate, so I was very fortunate to capitalize on that. And in the main event, I kind of went backwards a little bit and then found my groove and got faster as the main went on, and which was weird because I was getting more tired, but I was going faster. So I don't know. This track tonight really felt like the top track that we have at Club MX, and I don't gel with that track. I said, we're going to be friends here, okay? Yeah. So this was a tough track for me. I mean, all day. I rode very well, but I really had to discipline myself and just focus on the basics and keep it like that. So, overall, great day. 8th on the night, tied for 3rd in points. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, that's cool. So, we're go to Daytona and have some fun.
Oh man, we got a good jump off that grate. Unfortunately, our rut wasn't perfect. It wasn't very good for us. He edged me out. He's far inside gate, and right there shut us down. Got into the first rhythm, and Anstey came over right, and somebody else on one of the Yamahas came from the right. Mm-hmm. He was going right, the other guy was going left, and I was in the center. And man, I'm just glad to stay up there. A lot of bar banging on those first 2, maybe 3 laps, and we made it through those. We started putting on a good charge, trying to hunt those guys down. And about 9 minutes in, I started trying some different spots in the loops, and I made some big mistakes on my end, and we almost went down. At one point, I had my feet off, one hand was off. It was a good save, but man, I got some really bad arm pumps, so we just set in at that point, and unfortunately, I had to let them get away and just ride my race to that checkered flag. Glad to be walking away safe. Yeah. There was unfortunately guys going down, and I was just trying not to be one of those guys. It don't pay if you don't cross the checkered flag. Yeah, so there's more races. It's not over here, so we're gonna do a little work here going into Daytona and be a little more ready. Unfortunately, these few weeks that I had off after Daytona, I had a mishap in practice and hit the ground pretty hard, so I've actually only rode one day since Detroit. Not many people know that. Pretty sore still. So we're glad to walk away from Arlington here, and with that 11th place, still top 10 in the points. So we're happy with it. Team's moving forward, and we got another teammate in the main, so we're just gonna keep plucking away and keep going to work.
Yeah, it's my finish overall was a little bit of a bummer. I had a good first half of the main. For me, I got pretty tired tonight. It was a really technical track, a lot of laps. The track continued to get worse, and it kind of slowed down a little bit. And so it's like, yeah, I'm just trying to be intense and aggressive, and also getting beat up. So it felt good in the beginning. Like I feel like that's where I should be. I just want to stay there, and that's what I'm working for. My starts have been a lot more consistent. My riding has been a lot more consistent, and just trying to finally like build a consistent 450 base. Like these guys are really on their game every single weekend, and even if I'm 2% off, like that's a long way. Yeah. And so it's tough. Yeah. But I'm excited to get back to work. It's been good, a good couple weeks for me. I was sick from Detroit up really through Glendale, and this week was my first like good week of training. Okay. So everything's trending in the right direction. I'm just trying to be patient.
Yeah, honestly, the main event's probably the best I felt all night. I don't know, things felt like they clicked a little more. I started like 17th, I think, and worked my way to 15th, and I think Faulkner went down, which moved me into 14th, and no, I actually felt solid. Was clicking off good laps. Then 3 or 4 laps to go, I had a mechanical problem with my shock bolt came off, so it was pretty much survival from there. Just tried to ride it in for 15th. Not really, 14th looks a lot better on paper, but, I know I can be there, so it's just pretty much bringing that momentum into Daytona.
It was good. I kind of, after I got up to like a mid-pack start, and really the first 3 minutes or so, I kind of held my breath. Okay. I was kind of like, just kind of death gripping the bike, but yeah, it was good. It was a good learning experience. I definitely feel like I've got some more in me, but to get through that first main event for me was such a step in the right direction. So this is, I feel like the last couple of years I haven't gotten to race Supercross, and so to come in this year and to be close at Detroit, but a few mistakes kept me out, and then to prove to myself here in Dallas, home race with family and friends that I can do it, and so it was super incredible.